Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. I have just witnessed Charlton 1, Sheffield Wednesday 3, Sheffield Wednesday going to the Valley, getting the win against injury ravaged Charlton Athletic. That will put Wednesday up to 7th place, but remember all of the 3 o'clock kickoffs about to take place. Wednesday, good value for it in the end, a good second half, and they pull away to take the win. Charlton, as I say, ravaged with injuries. No Cullen, no Gallagher, Williams, Taylor, Purrington, Pearce. So here is what Lee Bowyer goes for. It's Phillips in goal, Matthews, Lockyer, Sarr, Doughty at left back. Apparently Purrington, that was just today, he dropped out. Oshilaja, who can't be 100% fit because he was doubtful as well. He's going to play in Pratley's position at the base of the diamond. Young Morgan is going to be in central midfield. Pratley a bit further forward. Oshchuma in the 10 position with Lecco and Bon up front. Sheffield Wednesday, it's a 4-4-2. Westwood still not around, so Dawson it is in goal. Odebajo is the right back because Palmer, remember, I think he's done 2 games with a 3-match ban now. Iorfa and Lees at centre half. Remember, they don't have Borna either. He picked up his 5th yellow. Fox at left back. Hutchison and Bannon are the central midfielders. Harris plays down the right, and Fernando Forestieri, for the first time under Gary Monk, plays down the left-hand side with Stephen Fletcher and Antti Nuihu up top. Off we go. Wednesday start the better side, get the territory straight away. They've got the ball in the net on 4 minutes. The fullbacks have been getting forward straight away, Odebajo and Fox. They win a free kick over on the right. Forestieri curls it in really nicely. Nuiu heads it in really nicely, but is offside. Charlton start to get into the game as we come up towards sort of 12 minutes. Lecco out to Matthews, crosses in for Bon, who's just offside. On 15, Harris in off the right, feeds Forestieri. He's coming off the left, so the wingers both going very narrow for Wednesday. Hits the shot low with his right foot, just flies past the far post. Good effort, but not as good as this next effort, because Wednesday take the lead on 16. Brilliant goal. Really, really nice goal from Sheffield Wednesday. So they've got it on the right, and it's really nice football. They know where the gap is on the left. There's a couple of passes across over to Bannon. Remember, you're playing against the diamond midfield as well, so Gary Monk has obviously told them the space is going to be on the other side where you don't have possession. Bannon's got it. He then plays in Fox. Bannon backs up the play. Fox knocks it back to him, and Bannon, we say the same things every week, don't we? Absolutely stunning cross from Bannon. First time with a load of pace, perfect height, perfect curl, everything lovely. Fletcher gets the run on Sarr and glances that one into the corner. Lovely goal. And Paul says, great result for us, been creating plenty, not getting the goals. Well, brilliant goal, that one. 7th of the season for Fletcher. 4th assist for Bannon, but they need to take some credit, because I just flipped back while I was watching this to the Winnall goal against Huddersfield, and this has clearly been worked on. Left wing has got it, Bannon backs up, lay back, first time cross, everyone goes near post, and there you go. So not just 2 experienced quality players, but probably that's been worked on, and Wednesday have the lead. We go forth now to a very interesting minute in the game where Wednesday could frankly kill it off. Odebajo is up from right back, 24 minutes. On to Harris. Doughty dives in. It's poor from the young guy here, which allows Harris to fly past him. He gets to the byline, stands up the cross. Fletcher is arriving. He powers the header at goal. It's quite a floaty cross, so he can't get too much on it, but he does well. Dylan Phillips throws himself to the left, makes a really good save, but Forestieri is backing us up. The ball bounces to him. He must be 3 yards out or something, and he just gets it all wrong, and it's basically an open goal, isn't it? And he smashes it wide. It should be 2-0 at this point. So we all know what's coming next then, don't we? here come Charlton straight down the other and to equalise. It just has its way of working out that way sometimes, football. So I said Doughty dived in up one end. Well, Odebaje does exactly the same here. Doughty's got it in halfway. No real danger. And Odebaje doesn't need to dive in. He commits himself. So Doughty knocks it to the side of him, and he's now got the run on him, and he's in behind on the left wing. He carries it a bit further. He puts the cross in just behind. He doesn't try and play it into the gap between the defence and the keeper. Plays it slightly behind. Bon holds his run nicely. One touch, pokes it goalwards, and Lees tries to block it, spoons up, hits the post and goes in. Absolutely textbook Charlton goal from this season. Loads and loads of players sprinting. We've seen so many of these goals where they just take their chances, and always seems to be someone sprinting into the box. And it looks on the surface, lucky we had Gallagher score that one against Cardiff last week, but there's a reason. Once they break that press, the numbers that sprint into the box, really impressive. So typical Charlton goal. And it's 1-1, so Wednesday go from a position of they really should have gone 2-0 up and really strangle the game, but it's 1-1. A bit of a lull after that. Game doesn't wake up for about another 10 minutes or so. Both teams start to move the ball a little bit quicker, then it opens up a little bit. Hutchison on Oztuma for his standard yellow card, free kick about 30 yards out. A bit of an elaborate routine here, and Morgan strikes that one low and wide. 40th minute, brilliant from Bannon here, wins it in midfield, follows up the ball. Fox feeds it inside into the box. Bannon continues the run. He's one-on-one with Phillips, but Phillips does really well. Phillips has a good game today, actually. Comes out real quick. I think Bannon maybe just slips a little bit as they go in, but Phillips makes the block. 41 here, corner goes in. I offer, he's outside the far post. If he can head this back across goal, they've got some kind of chance. Just panics a bit and heads it wide, but in a decent position there. I offer also one of those where he's so tall and got such a good leap, he probably could have stood and gone for that. He's kind of crouching as he jumped. Can be quite the athlete, I offer, as I know from his loan at Ipswich. Can be a bit ungainly sometimes, let's just say. Into stoppage time, Harris inside left. He drives into the box, engages Lockyer, shoots left-footed. It's a good block by Lockyer, but there's a couple of runners with him if he's a little bit more aware. I mean, he may be aware of them and just wanted to take on the shot after scoring in midweek. We get to half-time and the narrative is obvious here. Wednesday imposed themselves on the game. Good start from them. Take the lead, make that huge chance, and then when they miss it, Charlton equalise straight away, the way that Charlton do with one of those busting transitions with people sprinting into the box and taking the chance. And we're going to go in 1-1 with it nicely poised for the second half. Forestieri comes off at half-time. Jacob Murphy comes on. Forestieri actually pulls up during the goal on 15 minutes, so not quite right for the rest of the half, really. So off he goes. And Wednesday start the second half well. Did actually play well today, Sheffield Wednesday. Harris down the left into the box, feeds it back to Bannon, 25-yarder, curls that one for the top corner. With this one, you either need a bit more pace if it's going to go in there, or it needs to be right in the corner with that amount of pace. He doesn't quite get either of those. Who am I to criticise Barry Bannon's technique when he's so good, though? Phillips makes the save. Yeah, so Wednesday start well, and the wingers really going for it now. They seem to have been really instructed to go for it. Steve says in the feed, good game considering Bowie's lack of options. That is true. Charlton, when you look at how ravaged they are, did put up a good fight in this one. As I was saying, the wingers really going for it in the second half. Maybe something in that narrow midfield and Monk giving those instructions. Wednesday, they're forcing more and more territory as we come up to the hour. From the corner, there's loads in the box. Once again, they find Bannon in the D. Now, I don't know who heads this away, but Bannon shoots with a bit more power this time. That's going goalwards through the crowd, headed away. Good block there. Vennings comes in for Morgan. So again, they're having to use youngsters in really important positions in central midfield here. Rare attack for Charlton. Bounces to the edge of the box. Oztuma throws himself at the header. There's no way he's going to get enough power to score from there. I remember Matt Holland scoring one of those for Ipswich against Sunderland, but Oshituma, not quite so powerful as Matt Holland, let's just say. Up the other end, falls for Hutchison. He's on the right-hand side of the box, angles the drive across, blocked. Poor from Oshilaja now. Bannon intercepts this on 65, feeds Harris inside left, runs it. His man engages, goes on the inside, he shoots for the far post. Really good save that. I thought that looked a little bit greedy, but that's going in the corner. Harris does well, and Phillips, as I said, he played really well today, gets down and makes a good save. This game only decided in stoppage time at the end, and I think a lot of that is down to Dylan Phillips. A penalty shout for Lockyer. I should mention quickly, Harris has another chance, comes back inside off the left and curls that one round the far post. Unlucky there, difficult chance. Lockyer has a shout, goes down in the box, nothing doing there. Luongo comes on for Hutchison. Hutchison's been on a yellow for 40 minutes and Gary Monk can't take it anymore as he commits about another 3 fouls on a yellow card. So Luongo, who I'm surprised he can't get in this team because Luongo's a very, very good player, but hey, it's working with Bannon and Hutchison, isn't it? But when they play a 3, I'm sure he'll be back in. And 78. A penalty to Sheffield Wednesday. Nuhiu gets it, he kind of pokes it with the outside of his foot. Murphy's been at it all half, just every time he gets it, dribbling, running at the defence over and over again. Ostuma ends up nominally the man with him. He doesn't want to be in this position. He runs with Murphy into the box and down he goes. Penalty. Paul says Doughty looks a handy player. That performance, wouldn't mind having him at Sheffield Wednesday. So Murphy down for the penalty. Little bit of, what's the cricket term, sledging here. Phillips trying to get in Fletcher's head before he steps up to take the penalty, but Fletcher's been doing this a long time. He's not going for that. Steps up left-footed, smashes it into the corner, 2-1, and then gives Phillips a little bit back. Phillips ends up actually getting a yellow card for dissent afterwards, so obviously hadn't quite managed to calm himself down after these events. It's 2-1 to Wednesday now. Charlton going to have to come out. Can Wednesday pick them off for the third goal? Reach comes in for Harris, so a bit less pace, but a bit more kind of control and quality in possession there. Davison comes in for Oztumer. Davison slides straight away across to Leko, who hits that one over the top. Nuhiu gets the yellow. He'd got away with a couple of little things before. The aforementioned Doty by Paul in the chat goes down the left here, inside to Bon. Laid off to Oshilaja. Really good feat this. He takes it from his right foot to his left foot, hits the strike. It's always rising, just goes over the top. Another yellow look here on Odebajo. Probably not for the foul, but for his mouthing off afterwards. And 4 minutes of stoppage time, and Wednesday do, in fact, pick Charlton off. Charlton going for it in stoppage time, as you have to when you're losing by 1 goal. And away come Sheffield Wednesday on the counter. It's Bannon and Reach doubling up over on that left-hand side. They play it really well, these two. Bannon's got it. Reach waits as he sprints. Obviously, Bannon plays the ball exactly the right time. Reach drops the shoulder then on Matthews, who presumably is just knackered by this point. Gets to the byline. A couple of players go near post. Nuhiu is on his own at the back. Great play by Reach. Presence of mind, just dinks it over. And I guess you know with the size of Nuhiu, as long as you find the area, you know he's going to make the header. And he powers it in to the net for 3-1. And what is probably a deserved win for Gary Monk and for Sheffield Wednesday. So as I say, Wednesday played pretty well today. Obviously the caveat is Charlton very much under strength. Could have won this game a little bit more easy without Forestieri missing that chance and without a pretty good performance by Dylan Phillips in goal. It's Wednesday's first win in 6. As I said at the top of the stream, they're going to go up into 7th spot. Now, it's been a sticky run for them, but they're only 1 point off the playoffs. Obviously, other sides, Hull and Brentford in particular, right up at them. Paul says, laugh out loud, heading isn't nearly his strong suit. I know, I have heard that said before, but just from a crosser's point of view, you think, right, I can easily pick out this guy. He's bloody massive, if you know what I mean. It's up to Newey what he then does with the cross, but I agree with Paul. I have heard that criticism before. Hopefully Gary Monk will think now he's got this 3-game week out of the way. He's only picked up 4 points from it, that they can go on some kind of run again. And the Sky guys on the TV really making a big thing about the big chances and missing them. So hopefully from a Wednesday point of view, they can pick up on that. Charlton, 1 win in 10. They are 17th. They're at the bottom of this massive concertina load of teams. You wonder whether they're going to belong to the kind of bottom quartile or the bottom 8 as we go forward. Just really, really struggling. Had that amazing start, didn't they? But where's that list of players again? Cullen and Gallagher were stars in the central of midfield. Williams and Taylor are the number 9 and the number 10. That's basically your entire front 4 out. Perrington's good up and down. Pearce, strong centre half. Any team would struggle with 6 first teamers out, and that is proving to be the case for Charlton. He's having to rely on a lot of youngsters. So in some ways, the positive is that they were very competitive today. I would imagine Perrington, if it's an illness thing, will be back. Gallagher will be back after his 1-game ban as well. Lots of pictures of Lyle Taylor and Johnny Williams. I think they're just wrapping them in cotton wool so they don't aggravate anything, because you don't want to lose them again. But that will make a difference. But as it stands, it looks like possibly a regression to the mean for Charlton as they drop down into that bottom 8. No one can catch them, but you'd imagine 3 or 4 teams will probably put extra points on the board today within that range of Charlton and just move away from them a little bit. So fairly straightforward narrative today in this game. Deserved win for Sheffield Wednesday. Just really that one breakaway from Charlton and a big miss and some good saves from Phillips in goal for Charlton. Only kept it competitive for a little longer. If you're a Sheffield Wednesday fan, you're hoping now you can consolidate in that chasing pack around the playoffs and be there or thereabouts as we go into the Christmas period. If you're a Charlton fan, you just want to win now because it's 1 win in 10. And I know the bottom teams don't score points very fast, but we saw this with Wigan last season, who had a great start. In the end, that bad form will only see you going in one direction. People will catch up, and with the likes of Huddersfield and Stoke still down there who are capable of going on big runs, Charlton really need to start putting a few more points on the board. Right, that should just about do it. It's well played for Sheffield Wednesday. Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. Hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Support me on patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for watching. Give me your opinions in the comments. I'll be back for a full review tomorrow night. I'm off to go and collect the Christmas tree. It was Charlton 1, Sheffield Wednesday 3. Thank you for watching. Over and out.